Look now, I didn't hit the update button because I'm getting ready to go live on Facebook. I'm glad I saw it before I went on. And well, I just hit it. It says to scene. Well, because why I had to do that is if I reply to like Ann's, repost it there, it doesn't give you any of the tools to like link something. So I have to make it a new update because I had to fix the links that now that I'm saying that, I forgot to add back because of that. Wait a minute. Let me just look. Stand by. All right, I'm adding 2 links back to the very bottom of it right now that got dropped. No, it's like, no, what that stuff that you add at the bottom. And I'm getting ready to put something on there. So stand by, I'll do it. And then you look at it. I'll go update it. Bye. Why is this? Oh, there you go. Hey, folks. Welcome. It's Lisa Mason Ziegler dropping in on you here today. And I'm just, and I just had to check my Facebook app to make sure you guys could really hear me. And So I'm glad to hear that, because I won't take you down the road of how I messed something up the other day. So I'm jumping on here. We're getting a lot of questions, course related questions about the specific course. So I thought this would just really be a great time for us to like go inside of it and have a little look around and talk about it a little bit. So the name of the course is Flower Farming School Online, The Basics, Annual Crops, Marketing, and More. It is my course. We do have other school courses, but this is like our flagship course. It's like the basics of getting in with a rock foundation and building your flower farming business, right? So I just want to tell you some real details first. Hi there. So I see we have people coming on and joining us on Facebook. So the first thing you have to know is that today is the last day of registration. The 1st of October to the 5th is the once a year time that my course enrolls each year. School actually starts November 2nd. And then the course is actually delivered to you over a 6-week period. And that's what we're going to go in and look at and kind of see, what do you get each week? Because, if you have not taken a course, then it's just really hard to imagine how it all works. So that's kind of what I'm going to take us along and show us what to do. So I want to just share some other details. First off, I just love it when this happens. So when you become one of our course students of any of our courses, we ask you to always comment with the sunflower emoji, and that just identifies you as one of our community. And a lot of times people put multiple sunflowers. That means they've taken multiple courses. But I especially love it at this time of the year, because we really encourage people that are considering our courses to reach out to another student on social media. You don't have to take my word for it. Reach out to them and see what their experience was, and ask them what is going on and how it worked for them. And so I'm going to take you down the yellow brick road of going inside, but let's keep on talking just about a few of the facts that not everybody is familiar with. So what happens is, once a week, it happens on Tuesday mornings at 8 o'clock for my course. The first week it happens is November 2nd. You will log into your online library, which that's what we're going to do here shortly. And you make that all up when you actually enroll. You log into your online library, and poof, there in your library is the whole first week's classes. We call it class 1, but it's basically week 1. And there is a whole bunch of sessions. We break them down into smaller sessions. It's like over, I think, 4 hours worth of sessions in class 1 alone. And then, so that happens on Tuesday morning, and you have all week to watch before your first live Q&A coaching session with me. And so you don't have to watch the videos at any certain time. Tucker is shopping. At any certain time. You have lifetime unlimited access. But the benefit of watching it in a kind of timely manner is that means you get access to me to answer your live questions. Sorry, y'all, I'm having to move stuff from my golden retriever, which is one of the reasons I love working at home, is helping me too much. So the next morning, after that Q&A, the next morning, poof, another week is in your course, is in your library. And that goes on once a week until you get all 6 of them. And we have a weekly live Q&A. So you actually have lifetime unlimited access to what's in your library. So anytime you have access to a device that has internet, you just log in, and that's where you will find all of your information. So we do offer also an optional private Facebook group. There's actually 2 groups. One that we create during active school, but then once school is over, we actually offer to all those people that they can enter the alumni group, and that will automatically happen for you once that transpires. Because y'all, the thing I want to tell people is that you can join Facebook and just have a business page, which means nobody knows you're even on there, to become a part of our private groups, because the support and the encouragement and empower and problem solving that goes on in these groups is pretty phenomenal. So we just encourage, less than about 50% of our students decide to partake in that. And we just want people to understand that you can partake without being a part of the bigger Facebook world. So the course is $595, and we do offer a 2-payment plan. It's 30 days apart is your payment. You make the first payment when you register, and then you make the second payment automatically. It happens 30 days later. So the one thing that people need to know is, once you purchase any of our online courses, on demand or a school, that makes you a part of the TGW family. And when you're a member of our family, you get a special discount on our school courses, our big courses. You get $50 off. However, you can only get that through the special link that we email you. So you need to look in your email box if you're a student of any of our courses, to look for that if you don't know where that is right off the top. So I am going to now take us inside a flower farming school. And I do want to add that I have launched just in the last few days a couple of podcasts that, if this is you, I want to direct you there. I just released today a podcast called That Reason Might Just Be Fear. If you're one of the people that says things like, well, I really want to do this and I really want to start my own business, but I don't have, or I can't because, what I want you to consider and listen to that podcast is that might really be fear that you've kind of camouflaged as you think you have a real valid reason. But friends, I'm here to tell you that I've learned through all my years of being in business and learning from other people that are much smarter than me, that most often when we have excuses and we procrastinate, they are rooted in nothing but fear that we're going to screw up, fear we're going to look dumb, fear we're going to look foolish, fear we're going to waste money, all of that stuff. And we can blow fear out of the water. I mean, fear is like the best thing I could have somebody have, because we can show them how you don't need to be fearful. You just need to be equipped. And that's really what this is all about. Is that podcast shares how I was terrified my very first time. And I just hope it helps and encourages you. So I want you to check that out. And so I know that Facebook is working. So now, believe it or not, Mrs. Non-Technology is going to take you inside our course. So let me figure this out here. I think this is what we want. So give me a little second here. This is what we want right here. Okay, so you have just logged into your online library and you've already enrolled in my course. And this is what you're about to see is what your entire library would look like at the end of the 6 weeks. But let's just go through here and look. So you come in here and see all these little blocks that are right here. These are the sessions. So that's just a welcome, and this is a handout. But look at class. So class 1 is week 1, and class 1's title is Starting and Sustaining a Business. And we always put any handouts that are for the class at the head of the class. And then look at all of these sessions we have, y'all. Clearing time. See, this very first session is so very liberating, y'all. It's called Clearing Time to Start and Run a Business. And it really helps you to kind of inventory what you're doing during the day. And I try to do this like once a year at least. Many of the exercises that are in that session. Then we talk about the business and money matters and getting legal and professional, taking stock of what you have. What that taking stock of what you have is, sometimes we just don't even realize the assets and tools and supplies and things that we already have that we can get started with. Because, one of the things that is really disheartening to me is I read so many places on social media and beyond that people that are in business and that really had a lot of funding available to them is all I'm going to say. And they just out of the gate invested in everything they thought that they should need. And they're really quite firm recommending that to other people. But I'm here to tell you that first off, I bootstrapped 100% when I started my business. And this is going to like age me to the dinosaur age. But I truly feel like I started my business with a wheelbarrow, a shovel, some seed starting stuff, and a rake. And literally, you can get started that simply if that's what you need to do. But taking stock of what you already have, what I never dreamed of is I had all these beautiful hydrangeas that Steve's grandma had planted and a big old bank of lily of the valley and heirloom daffodils. And it was empowering to me to list all this stuff that I kind of was thinking about and thinking, oh my gosh, and I have this and I have that. So taking stock of what you have is really a very encouraging thing. Then getting organized, life balances, business stumpers. I can't even talk, y'all. Sorry, my alarm went off. And then one of the unique things I wanted to point out, see right here where it says Q&As 2018, 2019. We record those coaching sessions and actually put them in your online library. So that means you can watch it at any time and you can watch it as many times as you want, but you get to watch all the previous years before you, but bonus, even the classes that come after you will have access to. Because imagine this in your head. This entire course is in one big pile somewhere. And whenever we add anything to it, all of us, when we log into our libraries, are looking at the same pile. So whenever we add a bonus session or a new Q&A, you will get that in your online library. But here is one upgrade we have done this year. We have two great new team members, Jesse and Lane, and they work together to organize our Q&As better and to create these beautiful slideshows and organize them so that people can really find where their questions are and not have to listen to let's just say you submitted 2 questions, but you didn't get to attend the live. Instead of having to watch the 1.5 to 2 hour at the most Q&A session, answering everybody's questions, you could find yours more quickly. So that is like a huge upgrade to our courses this year. So those are the Q&As. And now here there's just one bonus training in this particular class. A lot of our students have been beginning to wonder when they should hire. And so I added a bonus session. So look here. Now this is week 2. This is the sessions that are going to land in your online library the second week. And see this little show more right here? I'm going to click that. And at the bottom of this list now is even more. Well, not yet. Here we go. There's page 2. Here are more sessions to watch. So we have all of those sessions. There's your Q&A. And then look at these the bonus sessions typically happen are shown at the bottom of the regular sessions on each class. Let me get back to where we were here, friends, without cutting us off. Whew. All right, and so that's session. So class 2 is all about the tools of the trade, building a commercial garden, building it by either hand, using a tiller, using a tractor. I mean, and everything else in between. We just cover everything. And the other thing I want to share, I'm still not back where I'm supposed to be. The other thing that I wanted to share, if you have a question that isn't answered in one of these sessions, then you just, not in the course session lessons, all you need to do is ask that in the Q&A. And the way you get your questions submitted for the Q&A is you just send in an email, or if you happen to be a member of that optional Facebook group, there's a place in there where you can post them. So that's how we get all the questions gathered beforehand. And then if time allows, we take even more questions live in the Q&A. So this is class 3, selling what you grow. Again, the handouts are there. We go over who the potential customers could be. And then we go into deep dives on specific types of customers: florists, farmers markets, supermarkets, and specialty stores, members only markets, the bouquet subscription, which is basically like a CSA, other customer types, and then our customer service and marketing. And then there is a second page to this one also. Sorry, guys, I'm just going kind of slow because I don't want to hit the wrong. And then we actually show you a video of Suzanne making speed bouquets, is what we call them. And something that's the special bonus that we added last year or the year before is, friends, we have an image library that you can use images in there on your website and in social media. We realize that people don't have images yet oftentimes when they're starting out, or either good quality images. So we have images that you can actually use to build your website, to use social media, to whatever it is, using your newsletters, whatever it is that you actually need images for, right? Sorry, y'all. Are you really learning that farming is my strong suit and not, wait a minute, y'all. I think I'm going in a circle. Look at all these bonus trainings in here. Preparing buckets for bouquet making, a huge part of being able to speed make. Selling, why you shouldn't miss markets, how to make great boat market displays, making a spring bouquet, which is totally different than summer, our social media system, selling in a contactless world, and why you should build an email list. And I'm telling you, after yesterday's social media outage for 5 hours, for just a brief minute, you realize you have no contact with your customers through social. You don't own your contacts through social media. We talk about why it is so important and how you can do it to build an email list if you are a serious business person, right? All right, y'all, wait a minute. I'm getting here. So let's go to class 4. Class 4 is what to grow. Again, the handouts are right here at the top. And what happens is you click on any of these to actually see. So this is, let's just have a look. So this is what comes up, okay? And you would start the video here, and down here, there are some settings. And let me just show you a real secret that I didn't discover because of courses that I have learned from use this same platform, and you can actually speed the videos up. But in the case of some people, like our wonderful Dave Dowling that talks so fast with so much information, you can even slow him down. So you can control. Session 1, seasonal growing outdoors. So that is, so the video will start with our PowerPoint. This little icon right here makes it full screen, and you can exit full screen. And I want to also add that there is a phone app that you can use to watch all of our courses, and it is so dadgum convenient. It also tracks over here. You can see these little check marks. That means that I've watched those. So if you leave in the middle of a session and you come back later, it's going to show you exactly where you left off. So class 4 is about what to grow. Now, my course is all about annuals, growing annuals, which gets you in for a low investment and gets you the biggest bang for your buck. And y'all, I never really left that stage of life. I did go on, I do grow a very few perennials, very few woodies, because I am a small farmer and I'm trying to get the most money per square foot for my garden space, and annuals are definitely your ticket. But there's no better way to learn how to be a farmer, to learn how to be a commercial grower, to learn how to sell, how to get customers, to get your business up and running before you invest a lot of money and risk it and figure out, first off, do you really want to be a flower farmer, right? So this session takes you through all the different areas of that. There's your Q&As, there's more bonus sessions. And then we have commercial seed starting. And so the first thing out of the gate is, well, should you even be starting it from seed or should you buy plugs? And then we go through starting seeds indoors with soil blocking, planting seeds out in the garden, some kind of commercial seed starting rules. And then we take you through how to make a germination chamber. And then the thing that so many people want is the seed starting calendar. And what you need to know is that I'm not going to tell you when to plant seeds for your region. I'm going to show you how we base that. It's all about frost dates and winter hardiness zones, depends on what you're talking about. But this allows you to take your information and figure out when you should seed start. Learning that, getting that under your belt, and growing seasonally, because you may or may not know that I'm an urban farmer, less than 3 acres. My working cutting garden has never been bigger than 1.5 acres. I have absolutely no hoop or greenhouses. I do everything outside in the garden, in the field. And I'm 100% a seasonal flower farmer. And it can be done. And I've been doing it for a long time. And there are surely benefits to goal setting and moving towards hoop houses and greenhouses, but you don't have to do that, right? So there's our Q&As. And then look at these bonus sessions, pinching annuals, just all kinds, watering tips, why you should pinch Lizzie, some tours of the garden. And then class 6, week 6, is about harvesting and conditioning. Because friends, I'm telling you, you build your business on the quality of the flowers that you offer. The stage of harvest, the way that you handle them and condition them. It's just as important that you have lots of customers, so you move flowers quickly. That was kind of always the case for us. We never had to really sit on flowers for very long. And when you pick them at the optimal stage for that flower, and they're all different, and then condition them properly, that's what your whole reputation is built on. So we go through all that conditioning steps, where you make the cuts, and we go through tender annuals and cool season hardy annuals. And then of course there's the Q&A. And then here are some additional bonus sessions. And then there's a wrap-up session. And then I did actually a bonus wrap-up Q&A that's down there at the bottom. And then we have some other just resources that are just kind of included that we don't really talk about. And one of those is, if you've never joined the ASCFG, which is the Association of Specialty Cut Flower Growers, we give you a discount for the first-time member. We have a discount coupon for that. We have resources. There's PDF downloads. There are Canadian resources included with our class. So there's just a lot of great stuff, y'all. If you want to get in and get started. And so what I want to do now is take us over. So if you're still on the fence for whatever reason, I invite you to go over to our website, to my course page, and check out this page. And I just want to play this little video for you and give you a taste. Hey folks, is it your dream to become a flower farmer, or to even hit the reset button on an existing business? This, my friend, is your invitation to make that dream a reality. My course, Flower Farming School Online, The Basics, Annual Crops, Marketing, and More, will give you the confidence and information to succeed. There are so many topics, and some are unexpected, like when taking on something new in our lives, for instance, starting a business, we must lay something else down. Learn how to set up a professional business, organize your work days, find your work-life balance, set goals, and more. I cover topics like building a commercial garden by hand with a tiller and even a tractor. This course meets you where you are now with what is available to you. I farmed for over a decade with no tractor on less than a quarter acre and with no cooler. No greenhouse, no problem. I'm going into year 24 of growing and selling cut flowers, and I still don't have one. I even teach you how to start and support seeds without a greenhouse. Learn what to grow, who to sell to, how to harvest, and condition your flowers to get that top quality, long-lasting stems to build your business name on. This course also includes sessions on the tools and tips of the trade, like irrigation and weed prevention. I share how to start with the lowest investment while you are learning to run a business, manage the garden, harvest, package, sell, and more. I'd love to help guide you to avoid the common problems so that you can build a business that will stand the test of time. Friends, now is the perfect time to become a professional cut flower grower. I hope to see you in my online course. So friends, everything you need for information is here on this page. You can go to the student reviews. There are written reviews. There are videos, which we'll get to here in a minute. Here you go. You can access testimonial videos here, what students are saying. You can look at the syllabus. You can listen to a podcast of me talking about our style of course. But the one thing I really want people to kind of remember and focus on, if you're a new or a fairly new, under 5-year flower farmer, consider what is going to be different in your business 1 year from now if you don't do something different. If you want to keep kicking that same can down the road, you can certainly do that. Obviously, that's your choice. But what I want to just remind people, it's when you step out of your box, do something different, that makes change happen. And I just can't tell you how surprising it is to me when I step out and try something new. So, folks, enrollment closes tonight. If you still have questions, please reach out to me. I do my best to answer all my DMs on Instagram and Facebook on Messenger. You can surely send an email to the office, and that will get to me also. And what you just have to remember is that the only thing that's holding you back is you. It is our fear that sometimes we just don't even realize that's what's really holding us back. So on this page, you can read about me if you're not familiar, lots of student reviews. And then also, friends, we have a 7-day money-back guarantee, and that is 7 days from the course going live, not from when you purchase it. So I can wholeheartedly say to you that you will regain the money that you spend on this course over and over again if you show up and do the work. That's the difference. And not to mention all the money it will save you in making poor decisions or uninformed decisions, really, is what it's about. So let me stop sharing. And if anyone has questions, I'm just looking back through. I see we have lots of people that have signed up. And yeah, Paige, I'm not super techie. And one of the things that we talk about in Flower Farming School about the social media, people that have a strong distaste for social media, I totally understand, but it is the best free tool that a small business owner has. But the business owner has to manage the tool, not let the tool manage you. And one of the things that we talk about in Flower Farming School is by having a little system of how you're going to post and connect with your customers. Because, friends, there is no business in the world that has better stuff to post about than flower farmers. I mean, you don't have to have a lot of knowledge. They just want to know what you're doing. They want to picture into what you're doing, and we can do that, right? We can do that through our imaging of what's growing on our farm, pictures of our flowers. They want to get to know you. They want to see your dog or your cat or your kid or your cow or what. I mean, there are so many rich things for us to post about. That it can be really simple. And once you start and you see that people really want to know more about you and connect, and they love learning about what you're growing, it just gets easier and easier. And that is what drives business. No, the people that have a strong distaste often say, well, how many flowers do you sell on social media? Well, I don't really track it that way. I just know that my business grows, and that's how I reach people. People are watching us, friends, and they're watching what you're doing. And when that day comes that they want or need flowers, it's our job to show them how they can connect and where they can find them. And I just want to encourage people. There's a whole different school of thought to social media than what a lot of people have. And it's up to us. We're the grown up, right? We have to decide what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. And so that's just part of the course also. So friends, I just want to remind you that the courses are only open for 5 days, and the deadline is looming, and I would love to have you join me in school. There is a payment plan. The course is $595, 2 payments if you want to do that. And we would just love to have you join with us. It's a great community, and I don't think you'll be sorry. I think you'll be pretty happy. So friends, till we meet again, and I hope that's in school. Ciao.